Hey guys, it's David, back again finally with another video. Sorry for the delays again, but as always, something comes up in my life that makes me not be able to make videos. But, of course, the main thing that, the last little spurt I had in making videos that's been taking up a majority of my time is my brand, Mass Studio. I've been working like really hard at that, trying to make the product way better. I've tried to even get to the point where I can make the stuff faster so I can cut the prices down, which I did. If you guys didn't check out my kind of like relaunch of the denim, as well as taking in custom denim orders, which if you haven't seen yet, make sure you go check out the site. Yeah, really been putting, I would say, 75 to 80% of my time into that, which may sound like, oh, shouldn't it be 100%? But I have real work, while I'm still not really making very much money from this. I have friends, family, all sorts of shit. So really, I just missed making videos. Like today I was just like sitting here and I was like still thinking like, lately, even before, I wasn't buying as much clothes because for the most part, I don't have as much money as I used to anymore. It used to be that process of recycling your closet, and I kind of sold the majority of my more expensive stuff to help, start the brand. But I ran into a little bit of money recently just from selling some other stuff that I held on to for a while, and decided to buy myself a couple things. So it's gonna be like a mix. There's some designer wear, some more vintage, but yeah, I've really found some awesome pieces. One of them, which doesn't fit me, I'm really excited to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the pickups. All right, so for the first pickup, I literally just got these today, probably like 3-4 hours ago. I went downtown today, downtown Chicago. I was looking at a couple different places I was thinking about applying to get a new job at. And once I was done, I was like, well, I might as well hit up like Milwaukee Avenue, kind of like in like that Bucktown area. It's where like RSVP gallery, shit like that is. But I went to Buffalo Exchange, which I always like to go to, and I found these awesome shoes. Like, I swear, whenever I go to Buffalo Exchange, all I ever get is shoes. It's like everything else is kind of bullshit to me, but these awesome Prada, which I don't know where you'll be able to see it the best, runners. I don't know the exact name of these, but this is kind of like Prada's most like signature, kind of just like classic like sportswear shoe. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know. I love Ye. Ye's like my hero, but like I don't know the name of what's like the new Yeezys that just came out. Like the ones that had like the desert rats, but like the brown version, these look just like that to me. And when I first saw them, and I've seen these online before and I've thought about buying them, I'm like, I don't know if these are gonna really fit my style. And I'm like, well, fuck it. Like they were only 65 bucks, which is an awesome deal. I mean, they are pretty beat up. Like there's like a pretty decent scuff like on this shit, but they're actually a size 11 and I'm a 12, pretty true 12. And I'm like, oh, fuck it, let's just try them on. I tried them on, they fit really well. And surprisingly, they looked awesome. Because like I was wearing these jeans, which I finally made myself my own pair of my custom jeans, and they actually looked awesome. Like these really deep, if you can really tell, it's not quite black, like this area here. It's actually like navy, a really deep navy. And these with like these black pants right here were just awesome. And they look they obviously look very like short and kind of more slim shoe. When I put them on, they really didn't wear like that. And maybe that's just because I've only tried them on with like a more cropped pair of jeans, but man, I think this is an awesome deal. Like I've kind of wanted a pair like this for a while, but like not seeing them in person, it was super hard to think of spending. I mean, for the most part on eBay used, these aren't too much, but $65, these Prada runners. I'll try and find like a link somewhere to maybe an eBay listing or something like that. But yeah, awesome Prada brown navy runner. All right, so the next piece is actually a pair of sunglasses, which for me, normally I don't really like to spend very much money on sunglasses. Like I'll just go to a thrift store or like honestly buy like the $15 version you can find at some random place of maybe a certain style or color that you like. But these right here I got off the Essence sale recently, which kind of funny story. I bought them like on Sunday, Father's Day. Kind of funny that I bought myself something on Father's Day. I did shit with my dad, but regardless, I paid, at that point I think they were 50% off. I bought them, been wanting to for a couple days, and then randomly the next day, of course, they jumped it to 70% off, which if you don't know, Essence actually gives you the ability to like, if let's say you bought it at 50% off, right? And the next day it goes to 70, you can call them and they can make a price adjustment for you and refund you that, whatever the difference is, as long as they still have pieces in stock. So regardless, this is a pair of sunglasses from the brand called, I believe it's pronounced Raen. It's spelled R-A-E-N, and super awesome pair of sunglasses. They're kind of like, they're not quite like the cloud goggle sunglasses that everyone just loves to just wear all the time now, but they're more of like, kind of like somewhere in between that and I'd say like a cat eye almost. And I was kind of like very iffy on whether or not these were gonna fit me very well, just because I have a big ass head, so it's like sunglasses for me are like just, I really like to try them on first, also why I usually end up buying cheap, but I love the color. It's like not quite like red. I would say it's more of like a very cherry, and that's like the color I describe it as, like a cherry pink. And they have like a green, really hard, so it's really like kind of like a dark mossy green lens. And yeah, I'll fuck it, I'll put them on. But, and you guys can judge me. If I look hilarious, if I look stupid, that's fine. I actually really like them. Like, I really think they actually look fire. Because like, for the most part, a lot now, since like my hair is getting long again, I'm like 90% of the time, I always have sunglasses in my head because like, if I open my window, my hair just goes fucking crazy, you know, it's like long as shit again, which I love, but still. So yeah, I got these for, I believe, I first paid like 70 something for them, maybe 70, and they dropped down to 56. And I'm not sure if they're still available on like the Essence sale, which I know there were, I think there was a black version that was more expensive, but their website still has them fully stocked. They have all different kinds, and I'll put a link in the description below. But yeah, got these nice Raen, cherry red, cat eye, close to cloud goggles sunglasses. All right, so for the next pickup, another little random accessory. Another on one of my trips downtown a few months ago, there's this really, really awesome shop called Congruent Space, which is definitely one of my favorite stores to go to. The people that own it are awesome. And they had like, I think the name of the people who do like a Undercover #9 kind of like vintage stuff, I think they're called like Iggy Vault. I'll put like a link to their Instagram, I believe, but I got this awesome little like #9, little teeny, kind of like, almost like a toiletry case is what it looks like to me, but my favorite part about it's got like the awesome, you can see like the little number going around, like one side is kind of like has like the printing, the other side's leather. But it was super random, and I think I only paid $30 for it, so that's kind of why I bought it for the most part, because I didn't really need it, but for the most part I actually thought about it in a way where I have like my little film camera that I carry around sometimes, like if I'm gonna go shoot in places, and it fits like perfectly in here. I could put like another roll of film in there or whatever, so yeah, cool little #9 zipper pouch. Yeah, I'll even like attach it sometimes to like my waistband, like, cause I have like these like this Rick Owens lanyard that I use, and it's got like a huge clasp, and I'll just like ring it right on there and just have it pretty much hanging from a belt loop. But yeah, cool little #9 miniature bag. All right, so for the next piece, normally you'd like save like the best for last, but like genuinely as like I'm like recording these different pieces, I'm like, I gotta talk about this one. So I was on eBay like last week, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna check and see if like, you know, for me, like I wear like a 38 normally in denim is like my size, which like most brands that I really care for, they don't carry it. So I was kind of looking and thinking of who would have it, you know, like Dolce & Gabbana often, like vintage will carry bigger sizes. And I'm like, you know, let's just see if Helmut Lang does. Because I've been a big fan of Helmut Lang for a long time. I used to have like actually a pair of like his OG like sneakers even too. Like, been a big fan for a long time. And for the most part, again, I just can't wear a lot of his stuff. It fits way too small for me. But I went on eBay and I actually searched a size 40, which is too big for me. But I just figure a lot of times with like the super, he used very like thick cotton often, especially on his older collections, that it's probably shrunk, you know, it's probably not, or it's not even a 40, because people like, you look on like Essence when they show the sizings, people say like, oh, 36, and then the real waist measurement's like 2 inches less. So I looked it up and there was one pair, and the pictures were terrible. I might even like put like the pictures that I saw on there. But I could just see kind of like the faintness of like an orangish tint to them. I'm like, and they're only 40 bucks. So I'm like, you know, like worst case scenario, I get them, they're whatever. I'll just sell them for maybe a couple bucks more or whatnot, but I had no idea what I was actually getting. Because like, you know, normally like Helmut Lang has a very well-known tag on the inside of his pants, and he didn't even have pictures of that. I just bit the bullet and bought them. So $40, and I get these. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get the full grasp of just how fucking awesome these are, but they're like kind of like a dark wash, and you can see like the orangish like tints throughout. And when I first got them, I'm like what is this? So then when you open inside, and I go to find where the Helmut Lang tag always sits, and I read the label, and like my jaw dropped like 1,000 fucking feet. So I don't know how visible this is right now, but yeah, this is from his collection from 1998. Which I don't know how this person didn't realize that these probably had more value than $40. And then to add like insult to injury on the poor guy, like, I feel bad. Like, they still have the Helmut Lang tags on them. And not only that, like, you can see like all like the different like numbers and things like that. And I was just like blown away. I'm like, no fucking way. Like, to think maybe I could find early 2000s Helmut for like a certain price, sure, like that would be whatever. But 1998, this wasn't, I believe this wasn't spring summer 1998. I hope I'm not getting in reverse, which is where the painter's denim was. It was one of the two, but this is not that one from 1998, whichever one it is. But these, with the orange and kind of like detailing is from, is it's actually burned. So it's not like just like a little bit lit on fire. Unlike the description, which is hard to read, and I had to do a little bit of research, these were shot with a flamethrower to get this kind of like coloration on them. Because Helmut Lang is like pretty much the greatest as far as jeans to me goes, because he was just very experimental. Not in like, you know, like certain ways where, you know, I might do like distressing and stuff like that, but things that you wouldn't even think of. Like, who would think to shoot jeans with a flamethrower and somehow actually make them so they're wearable and not just light on fire and get destroyed? But yeah, and it's crazy. You can even see like the old price of $195 written in pencil on the tag. I don't know if you can see it, but $40. And when I tried them on, I was so excited. I'm like, holy shit, these are actually gonna fit me too. No, they're, I mean, just a little bit too small. Like, I measured the waist and it's like a 37.5, but these are pretty stiff. These are not, there's no stretch to these at all. Like, they're soft, but stiff. So unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to sell these, or realistically, probably gonna try and lose some weight because I really fucking need to. But yeah, man, Helmut Lang 1998 flamethrower jeans. If you're a 38, like a true to size 38, and you're actually interested in these, I'm sorry I just gave away how little I paid for them, but like if you're really interested in them, just let me know. But I'm probably gonna try and keep them until I lose some weight. But yeah, man, Helmut Lang flamethrower jeans, 1998, brand new with tags, $40. Sorry, I had to say it all one more time. All right. So for the last piece I'm going to show today is probably like my personal favorite actually out of this entire group, which might seem fun when you consider it's like some of the other stuff I thought was pretty fire too. But so I've been watching this t-shirt in my hands right here for a while, and the price was really high, and I was just waiting and waiting and waiting until eventually, I mean, I'm talking months, for him to get it down to a place where I can make him a reasonable offer. So finally ended up buying this. It was like 70 bucks, which seems like a lot, and some of you may not understand, but this is a vintage, I believe, early 80s Iggy Pop tee, which I don't know how many of you are really familiar with Iggy Pop, but he's like, I guess there could be some disagreement somewhere, but he to me is your first punk artist. Like the very first to be classified as punk. And not in the way where it was like cool to be punk, but when it was like, fuck you, get the fuck out of this music industry, you're trash, you're a scumbag, you're a punk. And he was one of the first that they ever really called that on TV and shit like that, because he first started, gosh, I mean, they first started making music, I think like the late 60s even, but they really gained prevalence. At first started was Iggy Pop and the Stooges, and that, I think they did a few albums, which, one of them, Raw Power, which is my favorite from Iggy Pop and the Stooges. And then around like the 80s, late 70s, he branched off into his own solo career. But one of my absolute favorite musicians, I was kind of late onto his music as far as, you know, I've been into like punk music, rock music for a majority of my life. I mean, definitely the punk side came out probably about 4 or 5 years ago. But Iggy Pop is just awesome. And if you've never listened to his music, please do. It's very, very weird. If you look up, like you gotta watch a video of this dude performing. It's like one of the greatest things you'll ever see. The way he moves and everything, it's unbelievable. But the print on this is in insane condition for its age. And I was so happy that I got this, because I can't believe I only paid $70 for it. I know like the whole vintage band tee thing I guess is dead, but I really don't care. Like I actually genuinely really like Iggy Pop. And I might end this with like one of my favorite quotes. So I believe it was in Rick Owens' book, like the most like famed one, like the big ass one. He had an interview and they asked him like what his dream was always as like a young artist. And he said, my dream was to fuck Iggy Pop. So if that gives you an idea of maybe who Iggy Pop is, I think that that's just really hilarious. So yeah, we got nice vintage early 80s Iggy Pop Raw Power tee. Alright, so that pretty much sums it up for today's video. I didn't want to try and make it too long like my videos normally are, because there's a couple more things that are more like thrift sided, but I figured I'd show more of like the kind of like the cooler nicer, bigger purchases that I've made over these past. Most of the stuff, honestly, I would say probably the past month, so it really hasn't been that long. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try and do maybe later in this week, because I'm gonna go thrifting again this week to look for just more random shit. So I might make a video probably at the end of the week, maybe talking about some of those thrifted pickups and things of that nature. But yeah, it feels good to be back making video. Like, I seriously miss it, like, all the time, and just the thought of sometimes sitting down, recording it, editing it, all that shit just kind of gets like daunting, especially when I think of all the other stuff I have to do as well. But man, I really miss doing this shit, so I'm glad to be back. And if you haven't, I mean, I'm gonna pretty much always say this in my videos now, and you can't expect me not to, but if you haven't checked out my brand's website, mass-studio.com, please do. I've really been working hard on it. Everything you see as far as the photos, the website building, the clothing, even just printing the tees, it's all done by me. You know, like, you can't really hardly see these jeans, but these are kind of like one of the pairs of custom jeans that I do have flannels like this for sale, so please go check that out. But I'm gonna try and be back maybe like next week with another video, but I swear to God, I am no longer gonna promise anything about me making videos, because I really hate, like, and I almost wonder if that makes me prolong me making videos, because shit, I said I was gonna make videos and I stopped. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the pickups, and I will see you guys again soon. Peace.